non-stop action that we're seeing from all of these teams, and you see teams starting to change a little bit of like their strategies, thinking about those match rewards, saying, hey, do I mean, earlier, I'm pretty sure Lexi was thinking about it. Do I want to go for that crate, get that money, or what do I do here?
Yeah, exactly. And the big one is obviously, are you focusing on the placements throughout the day, or what are you focusing on? And look at that. The most eliminations so far, Carillo and Avrevo is both in the top 3, and Reyes, of course, in there with 10. A lot of damage coming out from Action. Stalwart, again, very well represented, just like we saw at the PMWI main event. Alpha 7, again, dominating. They are on top of the leaderboard in terms of placement and the points they've gathered, but they're not leading due to the fact that S2G has gotten that many wins already. That is quite impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, and to be fair, with Alpha 7, most of that money that they're currently got is from the rewards matches in Vikendi. That was a lot that they were able to gather there. And guess what? This is going to be an interesting one, too, because Nate Illims is going to count towards special eliminations.
Yeah.
And we did see some players there, longest elimination. You see Ray C there from S2G, 290. Not bad at all. Now, as we are looking at the map here, I do see S2G being really, really close to Deadeyes.
Yeah, I'm Penang, yeah.
And then
it looks like they're on either side as well, so they're kind of sharing the town east side of the river flowing through in that situation. As you're pointing out, Damankia in the very top up by Ted Mock, hot dropping or at least contesting Rad, and you can see Rad, they're like, oh, there's guys here. They're staying in their shoots. They're moving further east. They don't want to fight that easily. There's a knock, as you point out there, Seven, though. It is on S2G and Deadeyes guys currently in Penang, and I see them pushing over. They could already be getting into some action. The rest came off really quickly. And here we have a glider shoot, of course, thanks to Soon Xperia, their official smartphone partner here for the PMWI main event and the after party here at Gamers8 in Riyadh. Quick looting coming on in this situation. Back to the map, and the circle's going to pop. Ooh. It's going to be a very completely easy one. You got a lot of the circle is already in on the first 2 circles here on Sanhok, and then that's where they start spicing it up. Oh, here we go. Deadeyes guys and S2G. I see a DPS in the hand on Amsi.
And S2G was able to pick up their players that was knocked. So that's good for them. They're not going to have to back off. And we're talking about a damn one Kia.
So quiet.
Currently looting towards the north.
So quiet.
I know.
Yeah. It's Sanhok. It's so quiet. Where's all the hot drops? Where's the crazy action? I want to see something in boot camp and see hot drops, but nope. They are just chilling everyone right now. Again, you have to remember, we are going from 18 teams over to 12. There are 6 less teams in this situation here. That's quick math right there, right? Able to knock that out of the park. That's obviously clever. And John is sitting in the back just, clapping. That was amazing. S2G still under siege voluntarily with Deadeyes guys. And they have... Deadeyes guys were the aggressors. They moved across from the east side of the river to now be chilling out here. And it's obviously super important. The first elimination is getting a lot of money on the board. $2,000. And the first wipe is $5,000. So just that alone is $7,000.
And something that the viewers weren't really able to see is that Freak from Nima Galaxy decided to back off a little bit. He was looting really, really close there to the S2G guys. And I think he didn't hear anything. I think he heard all the commotion stop like you were talking about. And he's like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to my team. I do see Begatron staying very, very close towards the east of Panan. And if they position themselves, I mean, we've seen it over and over again, especially with how the circle has been sped up and a completely different style of game here. You were talking about it. It's only 12 teams. Some of these teams are going to have so much room, so much space to do stuff that they're just not used to doing and position themselves in situations that usually they might not be able to position themselves in. It's going to come down to who is going to get that first knock. I mean, that first elim. I really thought it was going to be somebody from Deadeyes.
We're moving towards 5 minutes, 7, and I cannot believe that all 48 players and 12 teams are alive. I cannot believe it. We're in Sanhok.
I felt like last week we had already maybe had like 10. And there you go. Oh, guess what? Ray being able to get a nade. Is he going to try to get the finish? Oh, Deadeyes being able to get one of the other knocks. Who's going to... Oh, actually, you know what? Deadeyes being able to get the first elimination on S2G. That's going to be huge for them. And now, are they going to decide to continue on this fight, or are they going to decide to back off? This is going to be interesting. That's one of the Deadeyes guys is running away. S2G, Silas getting spotted from the off angle. And Hamsi getting a knock on Shifu. How is Deadice going to be able to recover from this Avenger?
The question is, do they just commit to the fight or disengage? I see DPS in hand here of Hamsi. Anyone pushing him right now is going to go down. Colsey with the nade in hand, going for more special eliminations in this case. Oof, that could have been a big one. Popping some energy. No vest here on Turlov. A little one helmet only. These guys are fighting with scraps.
They really are. S2G is going to be throwing this molly. Is this going to end up hitting?
That's on point.
It is going to end up hitting. He is turning. Guess what? Silas is going to make the push with the DDS. Can he get the knock? He lays down. He does end up getting the knock there on Deadice. Turkish teams are just on a tear right now. I mean, congratulations, S2G. You guys did end up losing a player, and one of the other players is currently down. But right now, you guys are looking hot, and you guys are getting a lot of money and a lot of those match awards. But as I say that, I might be able to curse it because guess what? Deadice, sir, coming back, getting a knock. And as we're seeing this fight go on, Lord does end up getting an airdrop. And as I was talking about Enigma Galaxy, they are going to be pushing this fight. They were waiting for some commotion to start happening, and this is what happens with the new style. Third parties are going to be a lot easier for some of the other teams. Hamodi, that's it for S2G. How the tables turn right there.
Enigma Galaxy just pushing in and just wrapping that up. That is crazy. Rauf pushing in. They're trying to take advantage of this Deadice guys situation where the wrestlers are coming off, but they don't have enough information just yet. Rauf, Hamodi, they're trying to nade, trying to pre-clear some of these corners, but they don't fully know just what is going on right now.
And Lord, with the airdrop that he was able to get, he is going to have a Groza at hand, which right now, with the way this fight is looking to set itself up, it's going to be massive for that team. Here we go, Enigma Galaxy. I think they have realized that they're going to be up there. Oh,
Saiga!
True Love decides to just stop him. He gets 2 knocks. Can he get the third one?
Oh, Hamodi. Headshot with the M4. Turn the table just a little bit now. And it's a 2 versus 1 in this situation. Freak Hamodi has to push Turlov. Turlov immediately going for the rest onto Chari. Hamodi around the corner. Oh, that's a good molly. That could really be finishing that off. Chari's going to go down again. Turlov on fire. He's going to be burned alive. Really well executed by Enigma Galaxy in this situation. Super well thought of third party.
Great Molotov. Great patience out of Enigma Galaxy there, but I feel like I have to give some credit there to True Love because, man, he was able to hold him off as long as he could. He even tried to pick up his teammate. It didn't end up working out. Wow.
Yeah.
What a third party by Enigma Galaxy. That was great to watch.
Plus, they're able to get another drop as well. That's $1,000 for them for the first drop. The question is if there's other drops, or if they're able to get another one, they're able to secure the most drops gotten here. We see Vampire Shrebs with the 4X on the M4 looking towards Stalwart to see if he wants to get involved. But right now, they're just holding on to that center.
And as we're seeing all these teams here inside the circle, guess what? There is one team currently that's not inside the circle. It's going to be Rod. They're currently just looting by Camp Bravo, working very, very slowly towards that circle. And right now, we might end up seeing some of the fight here between Team Falcons and Alpha 7. Some of the players are very close. And as I said, Revo is going to be able to spot one player from Team Falcons. He stops it from throwing the grenade, and he's going to decide to back up a little bit more, try to possibly get an angle on him. He is also going to end up throwing a nade. They're going for that special elimination rewards in the match. And Powerful decides to back off as well, waiting for his team, Martin.
Yeah, for sure. And this is exactly the one, right? We're looking at. They're able to close this one off. Falcons in this other high ground with Powerful kind of pushing uphill. You could gather some of this information. Revo with a nade in hand is just waiting for that. That could be a good directional nade towards Powerful. Does not connect. No, it was probably too far. Powerful, 3 helmet, 3 backpack. Did he see Mafioso in that moving on that rock? Mafioso has a super amount of information. Powerful right now. He does. And he is obviously relaying this information to everyone else. Revo crawling up towards this high ground tower. Clearly on the other side, they could have him in a pinched situation. Powerful with some damage towards him. Mafioso connecting a good amount of it. He's going to get knocked as well by Revo.
Mafioso playing very aggressive. Didn't end up working out for his team. And guess what? Revo goes back to his sniper tower. And now, the Rebel went from being on the defensive to back to the offensive. They do know where Team Falcons is at. Is Alpha 7 gonna be willing to take this fight? Are they gonna decide to push that? Because we know how aggressive they are currently playing. One player that is currently missing there is Carrillo, and Carrillo might actually be able to wrap around Falcon. And guess what? With that knock right there, this is going to be a full push by Alpha 7. You can see it from this team. And as I say that, Carrillo was getting that angle on the team. And this is looking great right now for Alpha 7, Martin.
Yeah, exactly. With that knock right there, that's the go signal. That's where you relocate because you know you're going to have 2 guys down. Damar is trying to defend that push. He's going to take down Mafioso. Super well played by Damar. Revo's close. He's taking some damage, but Never Alone has a DPS in hand.
And as they were able to just make that push, they took a little bit too long because Team Falcons was able to pick up their player. And Damar positioning himself perfectly there to just stop that finish. And guess what? Yusuf gets a knock with the grenade on Carrillo. That's going to be a huge knock. And here comes another nade. Can he get another nade? He's not, but he does get some damage on him. Team Falcons starting to go on the offensive. Here comes another nade. He gets some damage as well. Damar knows exactly where Revo is at. They're just waiting for him. They do end up finishing there, Mafioso. And they also knock Mythic. Now it's a numbers game. Falcon is going to go for it. Ooh, I thought he was going to make the jump. Just go for it. Just do it. He is going to do it. Can he get the knock? Can he get the Ilum? He misses some shots. Ultimately, though, one of the other teammates, Never Alone, does end up getting that finish.
Yeah.
Alpha 7, it looked great for them, and then it absolutely backfired. I think they took a little bit too long. They didn't have any vehicles to actually make that push. And the way one of the players there from Team Falcons set themselves up just to see what was going to be coming over that ledge.
It's just the perfect bait, right?
Yep.
You're sitting there, oh, we get a knock, all right. Get the shotgun sound, Saiga in hand, DPS in hand. They push up, get close. Forever Alone pushes out Damar with the high ground takedown onto Mafioso, which is super well executed. Top push some shots here towards 7C. He's connecting with action as well. 2 of the top fraggers. He is really good at connecting those shots in that distance. Top did go down.
Vampire.CEST actually getting into the action there.
Yep.
Between Star Wars Esports and 7Cs, being able to get a knock. And now guess what? They're going to be pushing into 7Cs, trying to get that third party, trying to get those team eliminations for the match rewards. As Star Wars Esports is able to recover that player that was knocked down. Vampire.CEST playing it slow, waiting to see what 7Cs is going to be doing here. They do have the numbers, but we've seen that that does not mean anything. As earlier, Alpha 7 had the numbers, and Team Falcons eliminated them. Stone pulling out the UMP. There you go. Troy being able to get a knock. Now this is the push that they're going to make. Decide to go inside. Spray God just waiting, healing on the corner. Is he going to get spotted? They have not spotted him yet. He's actually being able to get a knock. Is he going to be able to get another knock? He's not able to get a second knock there on Vampire.CEST. Vampire.CEST being able to finish up that team without losing any players.
Yeah, that should be another situation for Star Wars to just push down and take control of that because they can capitalize on 2 knocks. They're just, I feel like they are thinking we're just a little bit too far away to get close enough to do that, just that. And Vampire now, all 4 guys standing, 4 guys strong. Pika has moved closer. Top still on this rocket. They have a good amount of physical cover that they can work with. They could be holding them out in this situation here. They are the guys closer to the circle. Better high ground control. More shots are coming in. Ravenclaw taking damage from action.
The way Star Wars Esports is looking at it right now. Look at them.
My God, pre-firing that smoke was just crazy. So much damage onto the Vampire guys. Action with the 3 helmet and 3 vest. Stalvart looking so strong from this terrain.
Star Wars Esports being able to get all the angles to where they're positioned right now. If I'm not mistaken, one of this players from Star Wars Esports is actually starting to make a bit of a rotation on the other side of Vampire.CEST, trying to get just a cheeky angle on this team. And Vampire.CEST right now is just in a corner. I don't know how they're going to be able to get out of this. The only hope that they would have is that some other team comes up behind Star Wars Esports and distract them. And I don't think that's currently going to happen with the way that these teams are set up.
I think you're right in that situation. Damon, Kia on screen, R8 in the distance. Fabian moving in closer. He's going to be close to R8. Shots are coming out. Stockton is not going to be able to connect just that, but the support from Damon Kia in the distance is good, and he takes some damage. Now circle is closing here, and this is where the action really comes into effect here, because this next circle is going to be a small one, and there's going to be some moves that's going to have to be made. Nick McGallis is still in Pai Nang. Bigatron has gone into quarry high ground on that center hill. So if they have a good shift for them, they could be looking at a lot of eliminations.
Ooh.
That's a good shift for them, actually. And Falcon is going to be on the east side of the quarry, Riyadh on the northeast side, and R8 is going to be on the northwest side with Bigatron on that west side on those compounds. They're going to be moving in closer, potentially with a 2-2 split, I could imagine, if they want to be greedy, or if they want to stay close, it could be a full 4-man in that northern compound close to the road.
Yeah, and with that rotation now becomes a question for Star Wars Esports. How long are you willing to wait for Vampire Esports to actually make a move?
Yeah.
Because guess what? Vampire Esports is realizing that they were in a tight spot, and they're now deciding to back off, try to get a vehicle, and try to find another route just to get out of there. And I think Star Wars Esports, at some point here, they got to decide, okay, you know what? It's time to back off a little bit more, maybe reposition ourselves.
Right.
And they need to be careful, too, because Scree is currently very, very far away from his teammates. If he does end up getting knocked, he's just going to end up getting eliminated. And guess what? Vampire Esports Stone knows exactly where he's at, and he's going to be relaying that information.
That's a headshot.
That is a headshot. It backs him up, and this might be the opening that Vampire Esports needs.
Yeah, exactly. That was the angle that they didn't want them to cover. And Scry cannot go down from that angle. He's far away from his teammates. He has to heal up. He has to get fully healed. Otherwise, we know for sure that he could be going down, and he would be lost. They're not going to go for him when he's that far away from the current circle. Stalwart looks to be disengaging from this fight here, 7, and focusing and prioritizing on getting some better terrain inside the circle, which I actually like.
Yep.
Focus a little bit more on the placement points for this situation. Only 1 elimination on them so far, but they are 4 guys strong, and they could control that western side, considering Bigatron have the center right now. Obviously, they don't have that information, but there's some pretty good terrain that they could take. There's some compounds available, and Pika is already super out far, getting that information on that T-Road section compound that is quite strong inside the new circle.
And ultimately, I mean, Vampire Esports, if for some reason Star Wars Esports was going to end up staying there, Vampire Esports was able to find a way to rotate out of there. You can see them right there on the vehicles, making a long push. But what I'm going to be seeing now is they might end up running into Enigma Galaxy, because they're both of those teams are currently making the exact same rotation. And with Star Wars Esports, I think the main reason why they decided to back off, they were on top of that hill south of boot camp for a very long time. And I think they might have been able to hear some of the shots from the earlier fights that we saw from Enigma Galaxy being able to third party. So they might have that in the back of their head. They might be thinking, you know what, we don't really want to get trapped here. This is a fight that we're willing to just give up to get into the circle. And right now, I think they're starting to realize that was the best choice for them.
Yeah, exactly. And with just 8 teams left, still 31 players remaining. In this case, a lot of teams standing 4 guys strong. Everyone except for Falcons has 4 members strong currently. So you can definitely tell the shift of focus is going over to that placement heavy focus, or the chicken dinner focus, with that $10,000 on the line for every single win that you're able to get here. High ground above the cave. We'll get into the cave, and now we're going to be looking at the map. The next circle is going to pop, and it's going to be an important one. It's going to be smaller shifts for this one. In that case, some teams might have to traverse across a lot of terrain, maybe with potentially without any information here, because there is a lot of high ground and a lot of low grounds. Plus the compounds currently around Quarry can really facilitate and accommodate a lot of players, especially towards the eastern side. You can see currently Riyadh over there, Falcon. It's going to go west. So Bigatron with a huge advantage. They have a big question to ask themselves, what compound do we stay in currently? And I'm expecting it to be the center one. It is kind of hard to hold because you have all these big walls around it. And also it's hard to get a lot of emulations from it. So the question is, do they focus fully on the win here? Or do they try to gatekeep some of the teams that are going to be pushing in from the east side or through the quarry? It's kind of hard to hold the quarry because it has a lot of deep divots and kind of canyons that are working in through with a lot of cover. So they could potentially be losing out on the players. But let's see what Damankia and R8 is going to be up to here. They're going to be fighting 2 teams for just 1 position available right now.
As R8 is currently being able to spot there, damn one key. And I love what you were saying there in regards to Bigatron. And I'm glad that all of the players now decided to get a little bit closer, and they are deciding on which compound they're going to be holding. Guess what? Yusuf from Team Falcons.
I can't
being
believe
able to spot that and trying to get some shots on him. Yusuf
Look at
still
that
going for it, and he gets the knock too. Trying to go for the longest aim. Can he actually get that? Ooh,
that is
so
crazy.
Close.
That is far away. We are talking at least 250 meters away there, potentially even further. Could be above the 300 meters that is currently the longest. I don't think he's going to be able to confirm it. Smokes and he's trying to tap with it. Falcons also themselves have to move, but Yusuf have gathered a little bit of information. They could potentially go into the quarry. Now, Damonkia on screen, Rad on screen, and they're going to have to fight for that northern side of that quarry, separated with that high ground road.
I'm intrigued what currently Team Falcons is doing there. I feel like they're just waiting a little bit too long. Maybe they're trying to see more commotion happening within the circle.
Potentially, yeah. If Yusuf have a lot of information, he could potentially just hold that compound high ground. Then they will move into the quarry. So he's kind of the information gatherer right now on our Lord on screen.
Guess what? Here comes the grenade from Laura. Is he going to be able to get that finish? They do end up getting a finish there from Vampire Esports. But Vampire Esports starts backing off. I don't think they want to have this fight right now, as you do see Stony making a push towards the circle, and the Vampire Esports players are going to end up following. Galaxy does decide to back off as well, and it's we're talking about what Team Falcons is going to do. Guess what? Never Alone decides just to make a crazy push there into Quarry with the information that Yusuf was able to relay, and Damar is looking to make that exact same push towards that Quarry. Here you go. Never Alone. He's going to be very, very close to Bigatron, and you mentioned earlier which compound is Bigatron going to be able to hold.
Not holding anything right now. They're holding that kind of high ground with that rock just outside that compound. And that's kind of interesting, because if you have somebody that just does a smash and grab on the compound from the north side with R8 and Damonkia, potentially they have a car, they could do it. But obviously they don't have a lot of information. We're going to see the next circle here. They're trying to survive, and then they're going to make a decision what's going to happen. But I'm definitely seeing an R8 and Damonkia fight revolving. Oh my god, they get a northern hard shift. That's going to be important. That's going to be a fight for terrain here for Damonkia and R87.
Yeah, this could be a very, very big fight. Nobody's going to be near them for whoever's team ends up winning that. Is he able to get the knock? He's not able to get the knock. Fabian, he's going to try to go for it again. Can he get the knock? He needs to be careful that he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't end up getting the knock with the car, but guess what? Scone does end up getting knocked. Damn one Kia soon trying to make that push. They decide to get off the vehicles. They don't want to go for that special Elam, and now they're making a push. This is a great push here for them. One Kia, you mentioned it. This is a great position for the team that's going to end up winning, and Damwon Kia definitely wants this. They already have one chicken dinner today, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking to add another one. 10K, Ida being able to get, no, he doesn't get any knocks. He gets backed off there from Fabian, and Fabian is just going to keep on making that push. He's going to end up getting the Ilum, that DVS. I love this from Damwon Kia. It doesn't matter what stage of the map we're on, they still have at least one player with the DVS for some close range. Vampire Esports do have some players not. Prestige currently being able to just sneak himself away from that fight, but ultimately Damwon Kia controlling that north point and also controlling the high ground for this circle.
And staying 4 guys alive in a push towards R8 is just so impressive. I expect them to go down with at least 1 or 2 guys. Soxy finds Freak. Lord goes down to Forever Alone. And now Bigatron are making a little bit of a mess here towards that south side. They are taking to have a lot of control. Look at that. More pushes is coming in. Stalbot under a lot of fire. Nades are coming in as well.
Janfos being really aggressive here, getting those eliminations, and he's very, very far away from his current team. And guess what? Damwon Kia is going to be very happy because the circle just shifted, and he shifted to them, and they're currently the only team that's inside the new circle.
Oh my god.
With that Hagron as well. And now there's
2 northern hot
party as well. Star Wars Esports. Bigatron sucks. Is he going to be able to get the knock? He does get the knock there. Star Wars Esports does end up getting eliminated. Bigatron, the twins. He eliminates Enigma Galaxy as well. Bigatron currently looking good with this eliminations, but they need to hurry up and pick up those players.
It's got to be fast in that situation there. Also, otherwise they're going to lose Misery, and they need every single member they can have if they want to control that next circle, at least have a chance. 2 northern shift in that situation is just so rough, especially with Damwon Kia 4 guys strong on that high ground. That is going to be a rough push for them. Juni pushing, or at least standing high ground here, putting some shots into Rad and Falcons. Guys are still outside the zone. That's a good amount of shots from Juni. Munira is gone down from Rad.
With the high ground right here, then he's going to be able to get the other knock. He does get the other knock, and he's going to go for the finishes. Juni just putting himself in a position that he's going to be able to acquire a lot of points for his team. Damwon Kia with the 2-2 split, but right now it's working wonders. And I love that they're going for that 2-2 split. Team Falcons, you might want to make a push to that circle because it's different. We are not back to last week. And guess what? Juni does end up getting the finish on one of the players that he knocked earlier. Bigatron Esports now trying to climb this mountain. Damwon Kia does continue to has that 2-2 split, and they need to be careful because one of the players, Prestige from RA, is still alive and very, very close to them. Rad has been really quiet. Yeah, super quiet.
Oh my god, they're just next to each other. Rad hears him with the UMP, takes him down. That's another elimination for them. But Rad now have given the information to everyone on the high ground. And the next circle has shifted as well, and it's insane. It's gone northwest towards Damwon Kia once again. Back to back to back, high ground, hard shifts. It's crazy. They should be able to hold on to this.
But they should be able to.
Bigatron has 3 guys strong. They could make it the big dream happen here in this case.
If they do make a push to the Damwon Kia guys that are currently by themselves outside of that circle, this could be huge for Bigatron. But I think right now they're just so focused on the guys that are within that circle. Damwon Kia decides to back off. Judy, Forrest, you can see them right there. They're like, okay, I think it's just one player over here. I think it's just going to be 1 point. And they're going to back off to try to hold off the teams that are going to be coming into that circle, which is going to be Bigatron. Bigatron laying down Luxy, Suxy, and Masiri still alive, trying to get some spot. You can see Rod right there. They've been quiet. He's going to get spotted by Junie. Can Junie get this knock? He is going to be able to get that elimination.
11 for them so far, 7. That is so impressive. The question is, can they hold off the Bigatron guys? We see Soxy jump out. Junie goes down, and Soxy could be pushing on to this rock and take control of that. Fabian trying to defend. Soxy goes around. Fabian also puts a lot of damage. More pushes coming in towards the... Oh, Misery goes down. This is huge. Soxy putting in more damage. Takes down Fabian.
Soxy getting the knock right there. Now it's going to be a 1v2. Can he pull this off? He does have one Molotov. He's going to make the other players push off. Forrest,
that's perfect.
Does it hit? Oh, it doesn't hit. It does back him off soon. Throwing the grenade. Is this grenade going to hit? Oh, barely 2 HP for Soxy. They're going to make the push. Can he get the knock? Forrest going with the high ground on top of that rock. Back it up, but guess what? It's too much. It's too much. That DBS is just too much. And guess what? Who's going to be happy right now? Team Falcons, because Team Falcons actually decided to continue on with that Hail strat, and it worked out for them.
5 more.
And now Damar's trying to see if he can maybe get an angle and possibly get some elimination points for his team.
I doubt it. He has 5 more first aids, though, or 4 more after that one. Song could be looking at his general direction, but Damar is slowly walking towards that circle. Has to constantly heal, move super slowly when you have this first aids popped. Song does try to molly some of these angles. Damar, he knows that he potentially is second place already, or is quite sure. He has 3 helmet and a 3 vest. Could potentially get 1 down, but there are 3 guys alive. There's absolutely no chance that he survived this one. But it will be 6 points guaranteed for Falcons after this heal strat. Working up, and now we see a little bit of dance. No more. He's going to deny the points. Super well executed by Falcons with the split strategy after that. But that means Damwon Kia takes the chicken dinner and $10,000.
That 24 points, and you said the $10,000, I'm pretty sure they might have taken also some of the other match rewards because they eliminated a lot of teams with that 2-2 split that they had with the high ground that they had after getting the control of the north of that circle. Overall, Damwon Kia, what a match. We're talking about how they only